It's been a while since I played last time on the chess.com server. I want to continue my show to infinity and beyond. My current rating, if I'm not wrong, is about 2440, give or take, and I'm intending to try my best to climb a little bit and especially have fun. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm curious. So I'm pressing start a 3-minute game, 3 plus 0, and we'll see where it takes us. Okay, we have a game with black against this guy. Not sure who he is and how to hear his name. Okay, so please let me know if the sounds are a bit too loud. I can try to reduce them in a moment. Yeah, this is one of the tricky lines here. I'm not sure what the theory. I've faced this line before and got a slightly worse position with black. H6 makes sense. Okay, I don't see a threat. I think I can castle. Knight b6 might be an idea now. Queen c2 might threaten to take on g6. And yes, I'll try to reduce the volume a little bit. Knight b6 looks like a good idea. One sec. Okay, reducing the volume. Okay. Now it should be a bit less loud. Okay, let's see. Bishop 5 makes sense. Don't have much time, as usual. Let's play faster. Bishop g4. No. Seems like black should be fine. As long as I don't get caught in severe time pressure, which is quite likely. So queen here. Maybe go to f6 next. Now I'm attacking c3 and maybe threatening to take h4 later. Okay, let's just grab the pawn. See how it will proceed. d5. Yeah, he's gonna get the pawn back probably. Knight e4. Now h3. Queen h3 seems quite principled. 1 minute left on the clock. Yeah, rook e4 is nice. Try to take here. Hope it will work out somehow, but might also be bad for me. Okay, so far so good. How can I proceed? Does b5 make sense? Check and check. Okay, let's go b5. I want to take on f3 later without the f4 knight to be hanging. Queen to g1 allows queen f1 in this position. So this is my idea. Attacking the rook. with the continuation of the attack, or possibly. Rook e3, I have knight g2. Only 24 seconds, but the position seems very promising. Yeah, he gave the exchange back, which is a good sign. Just have to play fast enough. Okay, rook b8. And where now? Okay, queen h2. 16 seconds left. Alright. King h7 makes sense. Not sure how to continue the attack. Queen h5 maybe. If he takes here, okay, give a check. First thing, see what happens here. 11 seconds. So far so good. Quite some potential for attack. K8 possibly coming. Seconds left. Oh my goodness, I don't see a mate yet. Oh no, I'm getting mated myself. Okay. Bad ending, but it was a good game overall. Let's try to keep climbing. But I'm curious first to see who this person is. Yeah, I'm not sure how to check. One sec. Nikita Meskovs from Latvia. Okay, good game. Let's go back to the game. Try a new 3-minute game and see if I can get into shape slowly. While we wait, I guess it will stop me while I speak, but maybe 2 moves before I lost, probably I was still winning. The time pressure was my main issue. Oh, V. Artemiev, quite a strong opponent, and he aborted the game. Vladislav Artemiev, one of the most talented young players of our generation, according to some sources that I heard, and yeah, and is about above 2650 since he was very young. I believe he should be somewhere around 20 years old and close to 2700 as far as I can tell. Okay, Jedi 12. Well, normally if I press the abort button, then after a few times the server won't allow me to do it again, so I prefer to wait. Yeah. Okay, so let's play the French defense. Bishop b4, aiming for the winnower, which is a very sharp line. Now usually knight e7, queen g4 is the principal move. Let's see, takes d4, queen c7, to which he is normally taking. Yeah, this is supposed to be inaccurate because now after queen c7 I'm threatening both queen c3 check and to capture the pawn, and now after this move I can take, play rook g8 in case he captures, and later on after queen h6 I can get this d4 pawn with the tactic. I believe now I can just avoid losing the pawn, thinking between queen e4 check and queen g6. Not sure which one is better. Queen g6, queen h3, followed by some bishop d3 idea. Check is also good. Okay. Not sure at all. Seems like it's gonna be hard to protect this pawn now. So maybe it wasn't the best move, but I sensed like queen g6 might be dangerous for me. Okay, I can take the pawn. Don't see any way to defend the e4 pawn. I can also play castles followed by rook d8. I'd like to castle anyway, so it makes sense. Yeah, and now can take on d4 or play this. Let's try to be flexible. After the game, I'll check who is Jedi 12 from Venezuela. Okay, so knight f5 would be interesting to try to battle this knight here. I think it makes a lot of sense, otherwise he's going to be very active. And I keep adding pressure to the d4 pawn, so it's not so easy for him to protect it because it's attacked twice. So yeah, bishop c3. Now if I take, I think I can get away with it. I can also try to be more precise. Maybe bishop e6 first, and if rook d1 to increase the pressure. I like it. Because I have rook ac8 with tempo. Threatening knight takes e5 possibly. And yeah, I want to play for the initiative somehow. Yeah, now I can take maybe some possibility. Bishop c2 first. Oh, and then it can take here. But seems like it should be better for black somehow. Knight takes d4, it takes, develop the bishop. Bishop e4 is coming. Not sure if he has a defense. Bishop e4 is quite a big threat. And seems like he's gonna lose some material. Do I have anything better even? Knight f3 followed by rook d1. Bishop e3 doesn't make too much sense. Rook c1 check. It does actually. Okay, I'll go for bishop d3. Oh, I forgot again about the clock. Oh, and yeah, this move after bishop takes d4, I'm gonna get mated, losing some material. What a pity. Let's try something. Nothing here. Yeah, just lost some material for nothing. Bishop takes d4 and I'm just giving everything away. Give a piece for free. Quite a disappointing start, but I hope I'll slowly get into shape. Especially given the fact that I'm playing very slowly. Okay. Don't see how I can get any chances with 4 seconds only in a lost position. Okay, let's resign and try my luck in the next game. So, as I mentioned in my previous broadcasts, I'm trying to hit a new milestone, which was higher than the previous one on every video. And I think in this one I will try to hit something like 2500, but it's a bit high to climb 70 points from where I am right now. And I don't have much time on my hands, so let's try to hit 2470 as fast as I can and then have a look. Okay, it's gonna be declined. This is if he takes with the pawn, it's the Carlsbad structure, very classical one. Now e3 or queen c2 are the main options. Normally I prefer to start with queen c2 to avoid the endgame after bishop f5 in the opening. And yeah, now we are playing the main line of the so-called Botvinnik variation when we play knight g2 and f3. Knight g6 isn't the main move. I'm not sure what's the way to play against it. I assume he's preparing h6, but yeah, but then I can maybe take the pawn, so e3 will be hanging. Okay, d1, h6, takes, e4, takes on g6 and e4. It doesn't seem very convincing from white's point of view. But I have to do something. Okay, I'll develop. Yeah, okay. Maybe now some king h1, because now the rook doesn't attack e3, so I'm not afraid to grab the pawn. Yes, now should be flexible somehow. Or I can push e4 straight away, but normally it takes and then I g4. Let's try to prepare it somehow. Something like h3 might be possible, although it's a bit weakening, but yeah, I wouldn't mind if it prevents knight g4. So yeah, queen d7. Maybe he wants to sacrifice on h3. But after e5 he has only the h5 square. Can't really make use of it. Okay, so maybe I'll put the knight here for now. Now de4, fe4, the d4 pawn might be hanging, but I have bishop a6 and grabbing the exchange later. So e5 is quite a big threat as far as I can tell. And yeah, h6 makes a lot of sense. I can probably win a pawn. Let's try to see if it's working. He has bishop h4 at his disposal after e5. Okay. Okay, e5 is logical anyway. Bishop h4. He wants to give a piece. Okay. This I wouldn't mind. And if he wants to sack, I have queen h2 at the end. So f5 is a big threat. And piece up. 58 seconds should be enough if I'll pace up a little bit. Increase it. Yeah. Okay, let's go this way. Put the rook on the open file maybe. Then bring the knight over. Not sure what's the best way to exploit this situation. Don't have much time to decide. Let's try to go here. Possibly preparing some f5 followed by knight f4. d4 makes some sense, yeah. But now I have bishop f5, I can grab the exchange. Okay, so just have to be much faster now. 35 seconds on the clock. Bishop g4. I can check here also. Then move this rook away. I can just take on d5. Could have taken even immediately. So, but the h5 is also hanging, so I'm gonna win quite some material. Yes, not so bad. Should be very easily won, but with my clock situation I wouldn't consider it obvious yet. Have to slowly feel the right moves and not think about them. I lost the first two games, but I'm not really. I don't feel like I can complain on the level. Only my time management. So yeah, let's see what we have. I'm threatening queen e8 mate. I don't see really how we can prevent it unless he moves the g pawn and then I take on h6. Yeah, this isn't too threatening. Can go here. Rook d8. I can take this way. Try to use the 13 seconds I have left wisely. Probably I should have pre-moved even in my previous games much earlier. Yeah, made a small mistake there. Position should still be easily won. Go here. A7 and A8. Okay. So finally I won a game. And let's hope I'll keep the pace. Or the results coming. Jedi 12. Didn't manage to check who he was. Maybe after this game I'll remember. Okay. But I had a good game against him. So hopeful. We have King's Indian on the board. E5, D5, H3 is one of the most fashionable lines. And A5, I think. Bishop E3 is the move. Yeah. Now, normally, Bishop G5 is also possible, but this Bishop E3 move is very fashionable. The point is to allow G5 followed by H4 at some point. And yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Bishop E2. If I have another turn, I might play H4 here. Normally, yeah, H6 is in my favor. Normally I play Bishop G5 and only after H6 I go back. So I kind of won a tempo compared to the classical mainline, I would say. But yeah, I'm not sure how to exploit it yet. There are two approaches here. I can go either G5 or H5 normally. I think I'd better wait for one more move. Possibly even maneuver my knight. Oh, but I just blundered the pawn, so yeah, not my best decision so far. Okay, let's take with the knight to minimize the loss. Yeah, have to give up this bishop as well. It's not so easy. And go H5. Okay, so I have some compensation. Maybe not enough after such a bad mistake, but we'll see. Maybe I can compensate later on in the game. I guess this knight f1 makes sense. Could have also taken here first sometimes, but then h5 would be hanging. So my idea is somehow to prepare long castle and try to play on the king side. Yeah, here this is something I was hoping for. Wanted to take with the e pawn. Now some of his pieces are hanging. The g4 knight, the g6 pawn. Queen g5 seems like the only reasonable way to defend them both. Now I have to find a way to proceed. Knight g3 makes sense. Can also try to capture and go knight e3 and long castle. Both are very interesting. So rook g1, f5. Could take here and then play rook g1 and then h5. Okay. Okay, let's go with the simple approach. But now I see that after knight e3 has queen f3. Okay. So maybe I take first and go knight g3. I don't have much time left, less than a minute once again. And I can't really castle at the moment. It's not very easy. Don't see a move. Have to find a safe spot for my king. Admitting a mistake. Maybe queen e2 was a better practical move. At this point it doesn't matter really what I choose as long as I manage to play fast and try to maintain my hopes. Not to lose on time. Okay, so I really don't like my position. 26 seconds left. At least I'll get to simplify a bit and not get mated in the middle of the board. Maybe I'll be able to win on time if I'm lucky. F5 is quite annoying, yeah. Don't really know what to do here. Seems like I'm winning suddenly. But I have only 7 seconds left. Oh my goodness. Did I mate him? Yeah, okay. 1.8 seconds, I managed to mate my opponent. I didn't really deserve it the way I played, but okay, that's how it goes when you play fast at the end and don't make any move that loses immediately. Same opponent. So this is our third encounter so far in this stream. So far the result between us has been 1-1, but I felt like in the openings at least I was on top in both games. So let's hope it will keep going in this direction. Let's go g5. I think is an interesting move to prevent f4. Don't know if he can. Okay, if he goes here, then f6. I've had a rapid game which is similar about a few, I think 2 or 3 months ago, and yeah, g5 isn't ideal for me, but it's also not so horrible, and the 2 tempi is much more important. Okay, so I'd like to develop, not sure where. Let's go king g7, just to maybe ensure the position of my king here. Does he threaten anything? He wants d4 maybe. So I think it's a good idea to go d4 myself. Now maybe the exchange sack after cd, cd and e5 is interesting. Or e5 immediately. The exchange sack seems quite powerful. I'm guessing he's going for it. Can I take on c3 first? Does it make any sense? Then on e5. If he sacks the exchange, I take. Nah. Okay. Got a very interesting situation here. Shouldn't have allowed it. Somehow I should have played maybe d4 instead of king g7. But I have to focus now. Okay, so let's see. I prefer to give up this guy. Then I have queen b6. Yeah, so good call by my opponent. Queen h5 now maybe. g8. And e5 is hanging, which I missed. I thought knight f5 at first, but I was afraid of g4. Painful. The position is not that terrible though. I think I can hold it somehow. There's still hope. Could have gone to g7 actually as well. Yeah, let's take here first. Help him open up the file, why not? Just pass the moves somehow. Not sure what to do. Maybe put the queen here, so that I can go knight f6 later. Hg was really unnecessary. Now rook h1 can come quite fast. Don't have any way to develop here. Rook f4 might give me some hope. Who knows? I have to try something here. 34 seconds and he has a huge initiative going. Yeah, rook c1 I misevaluated. Probably I'm getting mated really quickly as well, but I have to go for it. So after the game I'll respond a bit to the chat and check who my dear opponent is. I'm guessing he doesn't see a mate. King e8? G6? I think my position is fine, just not have to avoid losing on time. I have a rook up. Okay, this time the opening went is in his favor, but I wasn't playing too badly. And I can't really summarize the game when it's still going. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Let's bring the queen over. Now I can check him from here and there. I guess I should just bring over this point. E5 would have been interesting. Okay, let's bring out the rook. Try to see where it takes us. Rook b6 coming. I'm really hopeful. Rook b2 looks like a huge threat. I can still play it here because I have queen. Oh, but it was a pity. Such a shame. Forgot the simple fact that after I take he gets a new queen, but this decision was even worse with 1 second on the clock. Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. Okay. Good game. Bad call after rook b6. Play this silly tactic. Let's have a quick look at the chat. So here, after queen a3, I should have played just take on g7 and go on to win the game. Although I didn't have much time, but I had a good chance there. Let's see what the guys and ladies are saying in the chat. Okay, so yeah. Thanks Nitzan and Alexander. Yeah, I'm doing well. Not very energetic, it's very late in Israel right now, but I'm holding on. Yeah. Thank you, Rogvi. I like my opening style as well. So, well, I don't really understand this message. And I'm not playing on Lichess right now because I've played there for 3 times in a row and I missed chess.com a little bit. Let's have a quick look at who my opponent is. Juan Perez from Venezuela. Okay, not bad. So What's the time? I think my original idea was to probably end within the next 5 minutes or so, but I can't really let it go with my rating in this low shape. I have to keep on. I have to recover from my terrible shape. And what's better for my recovery than my pet line, the F3 Nimzo? So let's see. We have one of the main lines on the board. Queen A5 or F5. And now Knight F6 is the main move. Knight E7 is also possible. In this line, white is getting the two bishops normally. And in exchange, black is receiving some quick development, and he managed to ruin white's pawn structure a bit. Who is preparing 97. I think bishop e5 is a useful prophylactic move. Yeah, now he wants knight a5 maybe, but I can't really prevent it, so should develop either here or here. It's always not hard to choose, because with knight on e2 it might disturb my coordination a bit sometimes. Okay, let's go queen a4. Yeah, and then a6 is sometimes annoying. Okay, let's try. Queen b4, knight bc6 with tempo, so it's not so easy to evaluate this position. Bishop d7 shouldn't be too harmful. Can I play bishop f4? Probably not yet. Take, take. Okay, why not? I can try. It doesn't harm to try. Okay, so yeah, I was relying on the fact that this knight is hanging. Not sure if it's the right way to approach it, but might work. Okay, should be able to castle, so queen d4 is logical. And I'm going to increase my pace from now on. I think it's about time I start to win some games. Knight b3 was a threat, so I'm trying to neutralize it with tempo. Pawn up for me. c3 isn't the healthiest pawn I could get, but it's definitely something. So my rook is active now, so if I manage to maintain the pressure, it should work out well for me. Before now maybe would make some sense. Increasing the pressure, yeah, CD, allowing CD I think was a bit unfortunate. Yeah, rook a2 is a logical prophylactic move to avoid him getting to the second rank. Now something along the line of a4. Yeah, I wanted to play a5 at some point, but maybe not yet. Okay, go d5 first. Now he can play a5 himself, but then I just bring the king over. Yeah, I'll go h4. Don't think objectively he has a chance to save it. Completely lost. Rook b8 mate is a threat. He had to do something against it. Now rook e7 is coming. He has to play like this. Yeah, f4. If he takes, I have e6 possibly. Interesting. What can I do? Just don't think. Don't think is the key idea here. G3. Okay. e6 is coming. Slowly. a7. And I think I should be completely winning. Just have to avoid any blunders. Or thinking. Yeah. It's not easy with 8 seconds on the clock. And I won on time. Okay. I didn't notice he didn't have any time. But okay, not so bad in the end. Despite the slow pace. Let's have a quick look at the stream. See that everything is working. Not bad. So I was hoping chess.com will announce my stream, but for some reason it didn't happen. And yeah, but maybe it's a good thing given the level that I've been demonstrating now. I'll use this stream to warm up a little bit, and maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll perform better with and use more announcements and have more people coming over. So while we wait, get some water. Again, new opponent, but the same line, my favorite pet line, the Ninso f3. I've been having a lot of positive results and with this lately, also from the moment I started it, but just feel like this line is amazing, to put it mildly. I have a feeling that one day in the close future I will be making a DVD. I haven't got an offer from anyone yet, but I feel like sooner or later I will make a DVD about it. Okay. Maybe before Leo was better, so now I should put my queen somewhere. I'd have to be careful. Castle. Can also start like this. Yeah, normally speaking, they play bishop e7 to prepare knight e8 and also threaten some knight takes d5 and stuff like this. Yeah, but I don't know. It's hard to find a move here. I want to play d6, g4 maybe, and d6 next. Yes, it's threatening to trap my queen now, so this was a bit too much. Didn't see that bishop e3 was a threat. I like giving away the g-pawn and getting the file on his king sometimes, but it wasn't the best moment to do so. Yeah, now I have to decide who do I like less. Probably the bishop. Just to find a way to to get my rook somewhere quickly though. Okay, maybe I'll take here. Knight d5 real quick. Try to prepare some bishop e7 and rook h to g1 and try to arrange some initiative going. Get my pieces coming for him. Yeah, now what can I do? Rook c1 makes sense. I'm assuming he wants to capture on d5. Otherwise, there's no sense to what he's done. Because bishop takes c5 followed by knight e7 is coming. Once again, I'm a bit low on the clock. He has 2 pawns for the exchange, assuming I don't miss this check. Oh, I'm blundering a full piece here. Yeah, not only a check. Okay, I'll continue a little bit before resigning. Just to see if I can save it. Yeah, but this should be hopeless, normally speaking. Piece down, and also 2 pawns less. And I have half the amount of time on the clock, so yeah. Very interesting stuff. So let's have a quick look. Yeah, okay. Stream is working. "26 seconds left. The hope is slowly fading away. This is a bit weird decision from my opponent, but I guess he saw that he can take my queen. Yeah, for some reason I'm a bit off today. Can't really say why. Okay, so not only that I'm playing so badly, I also have a fly that comes to visit. A mosquito, I would say. So I'm going to try my best and recover. Maybe if I pretend to have higher energy, it will actually become true. So let's have a look. Okay, we're waiting for a new opponent, and yeah, so far the games have been far from ideal, but I can't say I'm having too much fun with the way I play, but it's still fun nevertheless. I really like playing chess under any conditions, so yeah, having the chance to do it and stream at the same time is always a pleasure, and it doesn't matter necessarily what's my results, as long as people might find some educational value in it. I feel I had a few good moves going at some point, probably in the first half of most of my games. So, Alexander, if you want to challenge me, you can also. What I suggest is that you press the same button like me, and if you hit the range that I mentioned previously, then we can play. But normally I don't just play anyone who's logged in. So I'm not sure what's your rating. So feel free to press the button and see if we play. Okay. I think I'm getting a challenge there. So a quick look. Yeah, I see your rating is 1900, and it's definitely respectable, and I find it complimentary that you're watching my stream, and despite the low level that I'm demonstrating. But again, my current filter is something around plus and minus 200 points. So maybe we have to. If I keep playing this way, then my rating will be low enough so that we will hit the range. But thanks for the offer. It takes a long time to find an opponent, much longer than usual. I guess Jedi gave up on us or went to sleep. The Venezuelan Jedi. So let's have a look. This guy, you can see who he is in the meantime. Just like his username suggests, Alberto Quintin from Spain. Played really well in this game. Deserved the credit. I wouldn't take the credit away just because I played like I did, but yeah, found some good moves. So maybe we can have a look at the game while we wait, so we won't have to waste our time. I think I should be able to see the top board also, but for some reason it's not being shown. Okay, so to this point, maybe here b4 would be very good for white, because bishop b6 allows c5, and then he has to go back to e7 and have c5. So this was a bad decision on my part, and I feel like after bishop g5 we transpose to a different line, to the main line I would say. White should be better, but it's a very complicated position. So Cryptoman, knight c3, the Veresov. Let's go with c5, see what happens. I'm never sure how to play against the Veresov, because knight b5 is a threat. And I think I should go e6. Prepare knight a6. Yeah, it's one of the main lines in the Veresov. In this move order I can take maybe, and play bishop b4. If he takes with the pawn. Interesting. I guess I should respond the same way. And I can't say I'm too happy about taking on d4. Knight h5 might make some sense now. Preparing knight c7. Have to be careful of some bishop h7 related tactics. If I were white, I would try something like h4, but yeah, this isn't very harmful for me. Although I still lack a bit of space. Oh, have to be careful now from knight g5. So maybe it's a good time. Nah, keep going. And keep going forward. 95 now. I assume he will play. Have to go back. I want to attempt a minority attack. If I get b4 in and take on c3, would be good. But now some queen f3, queen h3 related ideas are interesting for him. Okay, if we exchange everything, we can get the pawn back maybe. Can also take cb and a4. But I don't have a real choice since I don't have active play going on. I don't want to play passively in this position. Okay, so he's asking me politely what am I intending, and I will try to demonstrate. Rook b8, now I'm threatening to take back, after which these two pawns will be a bit weak, so he has to try and defend it. Indirectly defending it. I think I can also I like the idea of taking and playing bishop e8. Preparing bishop takes b4. I think b5 is a good move now, which I missed or misevaluated, I would say. Because if I take, then it takes, and then have rook a8 at the end. Okay, let's have a look. This is also not very good for me. Okay, g5, and at the end he wants, or now this way, he's preparing some g5 related ideas. I don't have a lot to do. I have to go here, maybe take once, and go knight e4, and hope for the best. 36 seconds on the clock. My position looks better. I'm going to grab one of his pawns at some point. But he has some ideas, for like knight f7 or this one. Okay, let's take this one. Interesting. Can play this way. Knight captures. I wanted to go here. Followed by bishop b7. And this knight might fall. He resigned? No, he lost on time. Okay. Didn't find a way to save the piece. Overall, it was a decent game. Let's have a look who he is. Quickly. VC. I have no idea. Maybe he's anonymous. Okay. We have 2500. FN. From Argentina, I assume. Let's play one of my pet lines against the Catalan. I haven't had a lot of time to study it well, but I do like it. Normally people put the bishop on e7, but I like to put it this way, so that I can get e5 in at some lines, or just a bit more active. Or in this position, for example, have knight e4. Not wrong, and then f5 if he moves the bishop. Yeah, now f5, and I like this structure for black. With the bishop on d6 compared to e7, it's much more impressive, I would say. Okay. Did I miss something? I think you can try to get queen c6 in. He's trying to push e4. But normally speaking, if I play f4, it should be in my favor. Because this pawn, if it sticks to f3, then this bishop can be weak. But yeah, if he takes with the bishop, he can take twice and then get e3 and f4. So I wouldn't like to play f4 myself. Maybe bishop a6. I reconnected, okay. Now f4 makes sense. But CD, queen c6. Might have queen c7, but I should have calculated it a bit better. Anyway, I have to take with the pawn. Okay, g4 isn't looking like the best move I would think of. The first move I would think of, let's say. Because I didn't even threat fg. Now it seems like black should be slightly better, as far as I can tell. But I have to be careful when I open up the center. Didn't really calculate if it works well, but my feeling tells me that it should be in my favor. Bishop e3 next. Some b5 related ideas. Okay, I can take and play b5. Now I think he missed that I can check, and then bc4, the queen is going to be... The pawn is pinned because the queen is hanging behind it. So, yeah. Seems like this bishop is out of the game and I'm a pawn up for now. Should be able to take this one home. c2 is winning a piece, right? Interesting. Didn't see it in advance, but the knight had no squares. I didn't realize I was winning a piece. He resigned. Okay, good game. My rating is now higher than it was before. Let's try to cross 2460 and call it a night. And maybe climb again in 2 days or so. Also, I'm a bit... one of the main reasons I perform these live streams as opposed to recording, which is usually more comfortable for me, is that... and it also creates some lags with my internet here in the game, is that I'm hoping to be announced in the different servers. So far it was working on Lichess, and the same goes for chess.com in the previous streams. I think the previous one. And this way new people who will join the stream or see the announcement might learn about the existence of my channel. And this way I could maybe get a bit more exposure and have more people enjoying this content. So it's a bit disappointing, I would say, but maybe in the next in the next stream on chess.com they will have it right. He's been playing the modern defense, 1 g6, and we're getting a very, I would say, original position. I really like my prospects. I think I can take with the bishop and then go knight g5. I really like my position now. And the point is that if he goes bishop d5, I'm not sure, but I might have some knight takes f5 related ideas. If gf, I have this queen h5 mate. So it seems extremely unpleasant for black. Also, I have e6 followed by knight f7. Okay. Now I'm a bit more challenged, I have to say, but e6 looks reasonable all the same. Also really like knight to f5. But maybe it doesn't work. e6 is just great. I mean, there's no reason not to play it. Yeah, maybe this might be a reason. a5 now. Also try. Okay, this is interesting. Knight c4 is the logical response. And my idea is maybe to try knight takes f5. And if he takes with the pawn, I have this check coming. If he takes with the queen, the knight is hanging. I'm not sure if it's working, but it's definitely worth trying. Yeah. h6 might be a good move now. Or this, but I think I can keep my material this way. Take with the bishop. And knight f7 becomes quite a big threat. Yeah. Can grab the exchange, but I think I would rather open up the file. Yeah, c4, and if it takes, I have b takes f3, and the b file will be opened up, which I consider. Also, I get to protect this pawn, so this sequence I would consider to be in my favor. Not sure if I can make a quick use of this open file, but I'm gonna try. c4 is also quite powerful if it works. Yeah, now c4, d5, queen d6. I guess castling is the most reliable move, and now this is my next follow-up. Yeah, almost automatically for every move he plays, and I'm assuming queen f5 is what he will play now. Yeah, g4, queen f6, and I don't see a follow-up. And if I go back with the knight, I'll get into trouble after queen e6. So sacrificing the exchange like this would be very logical. Or but now I don't have time for g4. e6 is hanging. Okay. To be fast, 21 seconds left. Okay, he's giving the exchange back. Let's go on here. Prevent g5 and try to play with 16 seconds and avoid defeat. What is he doing? Okay, I think he somehow got mated and resigned. King e8, I'm not sure what's the immediate mate, but let me see. Before almost 2460. King e8. How can I mate him? I had only 10 seconds to find it. I would have had to give him a bit more checks, but I don't see anything immediate. It's not so easy. I would have to just play something logical like bishop c5. Nothing with checks and mate on the next move. But I had only 10 seconds to find it. Not sure if I would. People in the chat are asking how to enter the stream. Takes a long time to find an opponent, but I feel like I'm finally getting into my pace. Maybe it's a good idea to actually play a few Blitz games before I start streaming so that I will be warm when I finally start. So let's see if I have any comments here. Nothing special. Okay. IMD BX. Okay, if we beat this guy, it will be a good way to finish. Actually, even if we draw, because we started the stream playing against this fellow from Latvia. I forgot his name. And I believe I had a decent position. And then I played really badly. So, yeah. I would like to try to compensate for it. So we get a typical Benoni with bishop f4, one of the main lines here. Black is having a bit less space, with no active counterplay. And white also has to play very slowly and carefully. And I really like it for white, because normally Benoni players are quite violent. And this helps to calm them down a bit. Not sure if I'm playing it right, but this is one of the main plans, to go b4 and try to get a favorable structure. I assume taking with the bishop would make sense. Yeah, now b4. And if you play c4, I'll have this knight here. Okay, now... but now rook c8 is a bit threatening. Maybe a wise idea would be to move the knight. I don't know where. Let's put it here. Queen b3. Can't really take it back just yet, but My position like feels like it should be better. So knight d4. But it allows some rook c3 sometimes. Okay, have to be careful about this square. So maybe knight c6 ideas. But then it takes and bishop e6. Okay. f4 isn't the best normally. Just move this rook away. Okay, now shouldn't be that bad for me. Oh, but my queen is trapped if I take on b4 and then he goes knight d3. D6 is a good square. I had it earlier, so... Okay, I have to just play faster and keep the pressure. Keep the tension going, because I feel like my position shouldn't be worse. Although it's extremely complicated, so I won't bet on it. Okay. Can't really afford to think right now. It's very complicated, and I have only 55 seconds left. A pawn down, but some pieces are misplaced here. H4 might be an idea. I'm not sure whose pieces are worse. Try to be active. I kind of like my position, but not sure what to do with it at the same time. I feel like I should have been more accurate in the opening and know the right plan, but yeah. Okay, so let's go here. Now I have to sacrifice something. Can I take on b5? I'm not sure I can afford it, but what else can I do? Let's take here first, bishop f4. Have to find something. Okay, I can't. I had rook e8, but it's not very useful now. Yeah, my position is probably lost, and I have 7 seconds left, as usual. Low on time. Not my ideal scenario. Not sure how to proceed also, if it were my turn. Oh, I meant to play queen d5. Thought he wouldn't allow me this idea. Yeah, thought he played somewhere else, and didn't have this queen d5 idea. I was expecting king g8, king h8, and then I wanted to play queen b7. Forgot to look at his move, but with 6 seconds it's a bit hard. Okay, but still, it feels like I finish every broadcast with a loss, and then I'm only 10 points ahead of my previous rating. So maybe it's a good time to stop. It's a bit late, and already since I feel very tired. So yeah, thank you, ChessBeast51. On the chat here, I'm not sure if you can see it, he's saying I played well. I feel like overall, yeah, my level wasn't very consistent, I would say, but I have to play faster and somehow maintain the pressure after the first half of the game. So yeah, I think it was overall an interesting experience, and despite the amount of losses I demonstrated here, I feel like when I play badly against high level opponents, it still has the potential to be very instructive. Although painful for my ego, it can be very interesting to observe and see that even grandmasters can make very silly mistakes and play very slowly and just generally make same mistakes as beginners sometimes. And I think it gives hope to everyone to that they can improve if they just keep it up and don't lose your I would say motivation after a few losses. It is painful, but overall the game is very fun and yeah, a good experience. Yeah, good advice, Justin. I should have the power of the matzah on my side, but I think I'll wait until next Passover, which is probably in about I would say 11 months from now. So I guess I have to find a different source of power, of superpowers for the future. Uh, I appreciate all the suggestions about other YouTubers, but I am sending messages to a few YouTubers out there, and I'm waiting to see if anyone is interested. And I'm definitely up for it. I love playing chess, so it doesn't matter who else wants to play against me as long as they will challenge me. And yeah, I really enjoy playing and broadcasting it for you guys. So yeah, despite the low level of energies and chess today, I still feel good about myself. And see you in 2 or 3 days. Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Bye.